2. What's good with it, man? It's your boy Neil Cannabis, and I'm back with another video. But before we get into that, I want to thank each and every one of you to getting me to 100 subscribers. Like, man, that's crazy. When I just started this, I didn't think it would be this much of an outreach of people wanting to learn more about the cannabis industry and learning how to start a cannabis delivery service. So, you know, I'm extremely thankful that there's been a lot of support, and I've been able to, you know, help with just my videos alone. And then people who have reached out to me for additional support, I've been able to help them. So, you know, it's great to see that sort of feedback. So, you know, we have 100. Hopefully, you know, in a couple months we can have 1,000, and we can just keep on growing and scaling the YouTube. So today I wanted to talk to you about how much money is needed in order for you to start your cannabis delivery service. So basically, what upfront investment do you need, or how much money do you need in order to get off the ground and start your business? I've been getting this question a lot. You know, people want, I kind of touched on it on my very first video, but I'm gonna go a little bit more into detail in this video, just speaking on that. So basically, to get started, like I said, you're gonna need a couple of things just to start off. So you're going to need, you know, all your whatever it costs in your city or state to get the proper licensing and approvals in order to be compliant and run a legal cannabis delivery service. So that can range, depending on if you're in a medicinal or recreational market, that can range anywhere from a couple thousand to, it could range upwards to 50 to even, I've seen in Nevada, I think you have to have like $2 million in liquid capital just to even have be in the cannabis market. So that's an extremely that's an extremely rare case, like in the state of Nevada. But you know, it can be, I would budget anywhere from a couple thousand to possibly $10,000 to get all your licensing. So set aside, again, around $2,000, a couple thousand to $10,000 for that. Then after you have that all situated, you have your business, you know, file with the state. Either you want to go in the direction of an LLC or S Corp. So if you want to do an LLC, there's pros and cons with that. And then if you want to file as an S Corp, there's pros and cons with that. I will talk more about that in a separate video, choosing either to incorporate as an LLC or S Corp. But after you figure out which corporation or entity is best for you and your business situation, then you're going to need, you know, obviously you're going to need vehicles. If you can use the vehicle that you already have, if you have like a gas saving vehicle, or like you and your partners or partner have a gas saving cars, you have your own cars, that's best. That already cuts your cost right there. You know, you're going to need supplies such as like a laptop, you're going to need some cell phones, you're going to need you know, office supplies, you're gonna need office storage, you're gonna need a safe to store valuable inventory and, you know, cash that you get every day. So all that right there, that's gonna be a couple $1,000s, maybe $3,000 to $5,000. So reiterating on that, you know, if you have the vehicles already, then you don't need any, you know, you could just use your own vehicles. But if you need to purchase vehicles for the purpose of running your business, then that's, you know, that's going to be, you know, upwards of $3,000 to $5,000, depending on how many and what type of vehicles you buy. And then, you know, the safe, the laptop, cell phone, your your office supplies, your office storage to store all your products, that can be anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000, because you're gonna need a industrial safe. So something like a gun safe or something, to where it's fireproof, waterproof, and if somebody were to break in to your building, they wouldn't be able to just break into the safe really easily. Any safe can be broken into, but the point of buying a valuable safe is that it's going to take somebody a lot of effort to break into it, or it would take them hours just to get into it. So that's the whole point of investing in a valuable safe, because the cannabis industry still is a cash dominant or cash heavy business. So most of all your transactions are going to be in cash, because this will be in another video that opening bank accounts and things of that sort with such as like Wells Fargo, Chase, Bank of America, if you tell them, hey, I want to open a business account of cannabis and I'm in the cannabis industry, they will turn you away. They won't let you open up a bank account. So that is a problem in itself. By default, the cannabis industry is going to be a cash dominant business, so you need to protect your assets accordingly, with the proper security and safe, and an office space that possibly has security guards, or it's gated. So that's another expense. You're gonna have to find you a office space. Anything from 500 to 1,000 square feet will do. You don't, again, like I always preach, you don't need a huge space or anything like that. 500 square feet is perfect enough for what you need to do. I already showed you an example of our office. Ours is not anything bigger than 500 square feet. That's a monthly expense. So, you could put down a couple, 1,000 to 2,000 for, just your location, your office space. So right now we're about at around, I would say probably $20,000. The most important thing, you're going to need, a couple softwares. You're going to need a POS system. You're going to need a dispatching system to dispatch your orders out to your drivers and to give your drivers the right directions to get to the orders. And then you're going to need accounting software, and you're going to need a professional cannabis CPA accountant, a CPA that's specialized in the cannabis industry. So that's going to be on a retainer. That's probably going to be around, to get a retainer for a cannabis CPA accountant is going to be around $3,000, and they're going to charge hourly. So that's going to be expense. And then for the softwares, those the cannabis POS software, which is going to track your inventory, is going to track it's going to allow you to accept orders to come in. It's going to report all of your data and your sales to whatever compliance entity that oversees the cannabis market in your state. So for us in California, the entity that oversees all the compliance and everything like that is called Metric, and we have to report all sales data and all inventory and everything that we purchase is reported to that entity. So that's another investment that you have to make. You have to make sure that you have a good, sound cannabis POS system, and there's hundreds, and you can do a lot of demos and things like that. So you will have to find the best POS system that fits you. The one that we use is called Blaze POS. So you can look that POS system up and see what they all have to offer, and that's gonna run you anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a month. And the dispatch system, which you're going to use to dispatch your orders to your drivers, the main ones that I see is either Toucan or On Fleet, and those cost around $200 a month. So just integrating all these costs in, you're probably around $25,000 right now. And the most important thing is the product. So everybody always asks me, oh, how much money should I buy in product? What should I spend in product starting off? Well, it's a simple question. I mean, so starting off, you have 0 customers. So obviously you don't need that much product. The amount of product that you want to buy is the amount that you think that you can sell in a reasonable amount of time, because you don't want to be sitting on a bunch of product that you have no plan or idea on how you're going to sell it. So a good rule of thumb, anything that we buy, we try to sell it within 2 weeks to a month, depending on the price of the product. So if it's a cheaper product that we know we're gonna pump more volume out of, we shoot to sell out of it in around 2 weeks. If it's a more expensive product, such as like a top shelf eighth, which go in our market around $65 to $70 an eighth, then it's, you know, the amount that we buy, if we buy a QP, so what that is 32 units, 32 eighths, a quarter pound, we'll probably sell that $70 eighth within 3 weeks to a month. So that's going to be dependent on you. So I can't tell you how much money you're going to spend on product, because it's a lot of factors. It depends on how much variety of product do you want to sell. Do you want to just start off with flower, cartridges, and edibles, or do you want to start off with everything that a dispensary has, ranging from topicals, oils, tinctures, you know, it just depends on the variety of products you want on your menu. So all that, I would estimate probably have around $40,000 to $50,000 ready to invest into your business. Another expense is going to be marketing, and like I rave on the best marketing starting off is weed maps. So I made a whole video about marketing. My last video was about how to market your cannabis delivery service, so you can check that video out. But yeah, so that's going to be, you know, another expense, and that all depends on how much money you want to start off and how big how big and fast you want to scale your business. So, you know, those are some things to think about. I'm estimating to start off have around $50,000. You can do it with a smaller or a bigger amount. It just depends on what you're trying to do and how you're trying to build your business. So it's just a lot of factors that come into play. So when somebody asks me that question, it's really dependent on you and how much you believe in your business and what vision you see yourself going. So I can't really answer that question, but if I had to, you know, estimate around what we use to start up, around $50,000. So that's a short answer to that question. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. You know, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm going to be pumping out more videos more frequently. I'm getting a lot of support. A lot of people are hitting me up in the emails asking for consultations. Again, my consultations are not free. If I'm giving out a lot of free game, and this is free game when I don't even know your situation. I don't know any specifics on the state, city, county that you're in, and a lot of people are already, you know, relating to it and saying it's great content. So I know what the value that I'm bringing. So if you hit me up for consultations, it's going to be a fee. I charge hourly. I hope everybody understands that. And until the next video, I'm out, and peace.